Okay, so this is part 2 of how to deal with having your first period. Now, what I'm going to talk about is cleanliness. Now, when you become a woman, you start your period, or other way around, when you have your period, you become a woman. You when you have your period, you might get blood on the sides of your legs. Now, a good way to help that is because that will start to smell, on your legs, even though you did wipe it off. A good way to help that is, of course, take a shower, wash down there with soap. Just make sure you don't wash, your vagina. But make sure that, on the sides of your legs is clean. And then a good way to make it smell better is I get a deodorant for under my arms and a deodorant for down there. And what I do is I put the deodorant on the sides of my legs just to make it smell better and make it more clean. Okay, now another subject is PMSing. Funny story is when not PMSing. Because you're gonna PMS, basically whenever you have a period. That's just a fact. It's basically just moodiness. So, PMSing is just a big word for moodiness. But funny story is, when you become to the age that you're gonna start your period, first of all, before you start your period, for about a year and a half, when your breasts have been going for a year and a half, that's around the time when you're gonna be starting your period. Funny story is, I actually got started off because of my sister. Now, if you have sisters that have already, started the period and you're coming to the age where you're going to start it, most likely they will start you off. Because your body can sense when another woman is having their period and it might just start you off. And that's just a fact of life. A good 6 months to a year before that, you're gonna start getting pubic hair down there. What else? Okay, PMSing, moodiness. Funny story again. With my sister, when she started me off, we were both having a period. I was so moody, and I am still actually moody when I had my period. It was funny because the first time I started my period, the lights went off for about 6 hours. So that was something. Which of course didn't help me being moody. What happened was I'd be laughing and hysterical, to being mad, to being get away from me, to being laughing again, to being, it was just hilarious. And that's exactly how it would work. I'd be, I hate you, leave me alone. Seriously, don't come around me, I'm pissed at you. It'd be like, it would be so bad. But, you can't help it. And even if you don't want to tell your parents or your mother that you're having a period, that's gonna be a pretty good darn hint that you're gonna know that she's gonna know that you're gonna have a period by just, you being moody and all. But, yeah. What else? What else is there? Okay, so I'm just gonna explain what the basic meaning of having a period is. what happens is every 2 weeks your okay your this is kind of interesting to explain, but what happens is your eggs grow old in a way. So what happens is your eggs, one egg at a time, drops down, and it comes, your egg comes out with blood and lining of your, inside. So that's perfectly normal, and that's how you get your period. And the reason that your egg drops because it's old is because, once you have your period, all your eggs are brand new, and that's why you're going to be easier to get pregnant, because your eggs are more fertile. So that's what a period is. Now, I'll explain what cramps are. Cramps are because, your inner muscles here, right here, on both sides, what they do is they help squeeze out the egg and the blood and the lining. So when they're doing that, it might get really tight. That's when you might get bloated. That's when you're going to start feeling pain. And that's what a cramp is. So to loosen those muscles is, of course, a water bottle. So that's what a cramp is. Another thing is when you're having your period, sometimes you might get sensitive boobs or boob growth. Now, of course, for me, when I get boob growth, I get sensitive boobs. So if you start bumping into things with your boobs, it's gonna really hurt. Trust me, from experience. And another thing is, just because I've touched this because I want to sniff it, is perfumes. Now, for me, perfumes don't bother me when I'm having my period. Sometimes they do, but mainly they don't. But some people, it might make their hormones rage just a bit more. So if you're already PMSing and you're already moody, it just might make it a bit worse. Not a big deal, but whatever. Another thing is that when you're starting your period, most people tell you that, don't put perfume on because it's just gonna make the smell worse. But for me, it doesn't. What it does for me is it just makes the smell a bit better, even though, it's not trying to hide the smell, it's just trying to make the smell a bit better. But some people just think it makes it worse. And that's entirely up to you, what you think about that. But yeah. Like I said, another thing is I'm just looking at this stuff and I'm just remembering things. Is perfumed moisturizer. Now, a good way to fix the smell down there is just rub some of this stuff on top of your stomach, on the sides of your inner legs, and on the top of your legs. That always helps with the smell because, and of course, wash down there. That always helps because I've heard that a lot of women are having problems with, their smell down there. And that's a good way to help it. So I'm gonna go when it's at 10 minutes, so I have another minute left. So yeah. Okay, I'll just do some interesting facts for you. An animal that you get, when you're starting a period or having a period, if you have any animals, you can't hide anything from them. They're all gonna know that you're having a period because they can smell it. Of course, dogs can. So just be aware of that. So if they're acting weird, you're gonna know why. I think that's it. I'm gonna go. Hope you enjoyed this comment. See, I want to know if you liked it, if you want another video like this, if you private message me and tell me if you want me to do another video about this kind of subject, then go for it. And if you don't want me to name who you are, then just say that. And I definitely will do it. So, bye guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Bye. Love you.